Welcome. My name is Christopher Bailey, and I am an implementation consultant for Green Orbit, the intranet with everything built in. In this tutorial, we're going to cover adding a new calendar. Now, if we look at our home page right here, if we scroll down to the very bottom, we see that we have a What's On calendar. Now, I think it's very important that I show you a couple of options that you have with your calendar as it pertains to previewing it on your home site. Right now, you see it in its 30-day format, but you can also display the calendar in a variety of ways. Now, if we go to our edit here and we click on live, this will take us to our editor. Now, when we get to the editor, we can scroll down and we can just click on the application for the calendar, which is here. Next, we want to go over here and we select edit. Now, what this does is takes us to the calendar and it grants us the ability to do a variety of things. Of course, we can select different calendars that we may have created throughout our site. We can also change the format, which is what I want to discuss here in regards to how we want that to be displayed. You see here we have the month, we have the detailed day, the detailed week, basic day, list week, and list fortnight. We also have where we can display specific dates and include overlays in the calendars. We're going to touch on overlays here shortly as we go through the training, but this is where you can actually decide whether you want overlays to be included or not. Then you can go and you can select the first day of the week. You can select the minimum time, how you want your time to be displayed. So a variety of things you can do with your calendar, but I just want to show you the various options that you have available here when it comes to the display of your calendar. All right. So go ahead and close out of this and we're going to exit out of here and we're going to go back to the front end and we're going to look at the full calendar. So here we are. And you see this link below. It's called Full Calendar. You will click on that. This is going to take you to the page where your calendar is. All right, so you see in your editing toolbar, you have a couple of options. So you have add, which will grant you the ability to add a new calendar. You can edit the properties of this current calendar and any calendar that you create. And then you have the copy the URL feed, which allows you to utilize this calendar and copy the URL and use this calendar wherever you see fit, grant you access to get to this calendar. And then you have, of course, your delete and your recycle. Now below here you have your filters. These are your overlays that you have on this particular calendar that you've included. And you can see here that you have what's on, you have events, you have marketing, which is in green, and you have who's in, which is in the pink. Now, if I just wanted to, just see who was in, I can just click there and just kind of see that. If I want to see, events and what's happening, of course, I can do that. This gives you the ability to overlay the calendar to see exactly what you want to see. All right. Down below here, you have your event groups that were created, that we created in this demo site, but we can also show you in this tutorial how you go about creating new groups and selecting uh, previously loaded event groups as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. First thing we want to do is want to do one of the simple things, and that is to add an event to your calendar. So let's go ahead and let's click on, we're looking at February, and today's the 21st, so let's look at the 26th. We go ahead and click on the 26th, and we can go right into adding an event to our calendar. So let's just say on this particular day, we have some new hires starting, and we're going to create a training for new hires event. Okay, and then we want to put this on the what's on calendar. Now, of course, you see we have all these calendars that we have here. We have the IT training, we have the events calendar, we have all these different calendars here, but we're just going to put this on the who's in, the what's on calendar, what's going on calendar. Now, next you have your event groups. Now, of course, when you click on the event groups, you see here you have a few of these options here. Now, you have the corporate events, you have your offices, you have the different areas within your organization that these were kind of preloaded and created for this demo site. But let's just say we don't have any of this here. So let's just say we want to create a new event group. So let's just go ahead and create a new hire event group. And now we just go ahead and select create. Now we've officially created a new hire group. Okay. You can also do this on the back end, but again, we're moving a lot of this functionality to the front end. It makes it a lot easier for you to work with in regards to calendars and other um, applications that we have with Green Orbit. Now we want to go ahead and put our description here as a new hire. Let's go new hire event. And then we want to say this is going to start on this date and it's going to end on this date. It's an all-day event. If I want to make this a recurring event, I can do that, but I just want to make this a single event. See there, I click save, and my event has now been published onto my calendar. Now, the unique thing about this is I can go back and I can view that just to kind of see if I've added everything I needed to. You see here, I've added it on this calendar, and you see it takes on this color. So if I go here and I click on this event, it gives me the option to do a couple of things: delete it, view it, and edit it. So again, if you view, of course, it's just going to take you to the information, and then of course you can also edit it right there as well, and then you go ahead and make your changes. All right, that's how you go about adding an event to your calendar. Next, we want to talk about how we want to go here. And now this is adding, this is another way that you can go ahead and add an event to your calendar. But next, we want to go into editing. Oh, before I do that, let me go here. I want to go and go to our company calendar. Now, this is where we have all of our calendars listed here. Now, when we look at all of our calendars here, we see here that we have the events calendar, we have the IT events, we have IT training, what's on, who's in, and who's out. Now, here is where I can actually add another calendar. So let's just say I want to add a calendar and I want to go ahead and add a training calendar. All right, so we got the IT training, but let's just do a training for new hires calendar. Okay. Then we tab down. You see here we got the URL that's created there, and then we say this is the new hires calendar that we have here. We want to make it active. Do we want to share this calendar? Absolutely, because then this grants us the ability to overlay this calendar. Now, maybe we want to change the color. Maybe we want to make this yellow. Okay, so we made it yellow and then we click next. Now it's going to ask us, do we want to have any overlays on this particular calendar? Well, we have all these calendars that are here, so we can go and say, yep, I want to overlay all these calendars on this particular calendar. And let's do this. Let's take this one off, and then let's take the let's do the marketing. Let's take that one off. Okay, so we're just going to have these calendars that we're going to overlay, and then we're going to click next. And here it's going to ask us if we want to have any rooms that we want to overlay on this calendar. So if we want to, we just go ahead and say we're going to select the upstairs meeting room. We're going to put that on our calendar as well. And then we want to go ahead and select if we want to add some security to this calendar, who we want to grant access to, and then we want to go ahead and click finish. Now, when you get here, you're going to see that this calendar now has all of these filters over here. But notice what it doesn't have. It doesn't have the who's on. Let's click more. Yep. You see here, we don't have any more. We have this one here, right? So we have all these options that are available on our calendar here. But notice what we don't have. We don't have the two, which was marketing, and then also um, the other one. I can't remember exactly what that other one was, but we don't have that one either. And you see here we have our events, our event groups that we have here, and we also have our upstairs meeting room. Now that's how you go about adding a brand new calendar. Now, if you want to add an event, of course, you click here. If you want to edit the information in this calendar, you simply go here and see here we have what's on, which That's what it was. What's on we was looking for. What's on and the what's on in marketing. These are the two that are not listed there. All right. And then you have our information here. This is all just about making the changes to your calendar. All right. Okay. Now we've created this calendar, so we'll go back to our company calendar here. We go back to our company calendar. Look at that. Now we have our training for new hires calendar. That is right there. And then, of course, we have the ability to edit, delete, recycle, and make a default. So if we want to make this a landing page for calendars, we can just go ahead and click here and make this the default. So when we go to this company calendar, it will automatically go here. Okay. Don't want to do that, but it just grants you that ability to be able to do that. All right, so let's go back to our training calendar here. And finally, just want to show you a few other things with this calendar. You have, again, your calendar can actually coincide with your Outlook. Of course, it can carry this information here and go out to your Outlook, but unfortunately, right now, it's not being reverted back from your Outlook calendar into your intranet. Not at the moment. But again, you do have that flexibility to see what is going on the internet in your Outlook. That is all that we have in regards to managing our calendar on the front end. Extremely easy to add an event, to add a calendar, to view options on your calendar and make changes to these events. You see, you got the option to view and edit. You have all those options here. All right, very good. This concludes our training session for this module. For more information on Green Orbit and its functionality, please visit our Learn site at learn.greenorbit.com. Thank you so very much, and we look forward to seeing you on the next video.